guys, it's a beautiful day once again and welcome back to Dexter's World channel. Today I'm gonna tell you about how we achieve our 100% clarity and 100% conditioning of our water inside the tank. Well, let me remind you that there are many commercial materials that would solve this problem. I mean, there are commercial filter media, filter buckets, and even medicines that would give us the 100% assurance of a perfect water condition inside the tank. But this is very costly. And I believe that when we're gonna spend our money for this, we will be spending all year round our money. And if you are a breeder, of course, you will compute the farm inputs compared to the profit that you're gonna gain out of breeding your fish. So as much as possible, you will do the things that will not entail you a big budget. And what I'm referring is the natural materials or natural matters that would solve the problem and would give us the same result as of the high-end materials that are available in the market. Well, in the market, we can use this mattings, this filtration mats made of expensive materials. We can also use some stones, which are also very effective. But there are alternatives that will not allow us to spend a lot of money. And I'm referring to the natural thing that we can just gather around the corner. You will see right here that we already have installed our filter box or filter buckets. And inside in this box, in my previous blog, I said that we can just use this ordinary nets that are readily available in the vicinity, in the surroundings. You can use ordinary stones, and I would like to add that in doing such, we can also add the natural plants. We can use the pothos plants, and we can use some other plants like the hydrilla. And you look at here, when we started doing the hydroponics, the aquaponics, meaning I'm using the plants to filter the water, it gives us a very clear water that we can vividly see now what is under in our tank. You will see that we have here the pothos plants, and we put that on top of the filter box, and lo and behold, it gives us now the good result. You will see here, guys, that our Japanese koi are already very visible. And the first time, since we placed these plants here in the filter box, we observed clarity of the water that's happening gradually. And now we can say that we have achieved 100% water conditioning. And this water conditioning will imply so many things. Like you will have a good breeder. The condition of your breeders will become perfect, that they will be suited for breeding if you like to breed them. And this is in preparation of the breeding season. We are now in the bare months. And this bare months is the breeding season of all tropical fish here in our country, because the temperature here is very good for breeding. And aside from this, you will also look at here in the other tank of our goldfish. I use the other plant. I don't know what's the name of this plant, but the thing is that plants and fish can really complement with each other, because it's a natural thing. Even in the rivers, you will see that there are plants filtering the water, and the water condition is good, and the fish are very healthy. So you will see down there that our water bubble eye is already very visible. In the other tank, we also have this goldfish. Some of them are bullhead, some of them are the cow rancho. And right here we have the selected ones, and you will see that I have segregated one pair just to let you see that they are so well with the kind of filtration that we have. Don't forget about filtration system. This filtration system is the life of your fish. Well, of course, the water. We cannot have our fish without water. But this water is not enough. And the aeration is not enough. What makes it perfect is when we're gonna have a system. And the system is called filtration system. So once you are well with the system, the filtration system, you can feed as many times as you can. Because you know that the quality of the water will not affect the digestive system that is needed for your fish. And we are praying and hoping that in the next couple of weeks, because I am set to create a big spawning tank right here, and we will use another vacant lots for this purpose, and you're gonna be seeing, like before, the massive production of this goldfish, this Japanese koi, this catfish, this tilapia, and even other types of fish like the flower horns, the bettas, you know, the live bearers, which are called million fish, the guppies. These are the massive fish that we can do, and we can start with our farm. Well, this farm is designed to educate people and at the same time doing a little business so that we can sustain the needs for the animals, we can sustain the salaries of our people working for us. So these are the initial development which I clearly see that's geared towards its achievement. And we already have tried this before, and this is not anymore a new thing for us to try because we already have principles, we already have some inputs that are so grounded that will enable us to really become very successful in the field of fish breeding. There are two words that I would like to emphasize. Human intervention, meaning that in every step of the breeding process, there is always the intervention that is required from you as the owner, as the breeder. And this intervention should be carefully programmed because there are stages actually that will be observed. From the breeding stage to the rearing of the fry and to the grow out of the fry and even to the marketing of the fry. So there are interventions that we really have to employ. And these interventions, as what I've said earlier, should not be taken for granted. Because if you will fail, then all the processes will also fail. Like for instance, I told you that the natural filtration, which is the plants, is a very effective material for achieving the 100% water quality. But then, as the days go on, it will require you, as your human intervention, to clean the toxic waste gathered by the plants. So you have to rinse it out, and you will not forsake this because if you will feel that the water is already affected, you have to do that immediately. So you will not do that tomorrow or a day after, but you have to do that immediately because that is already an instinct that is given to you to act upon. Meaning that if you will just forego and take it for granted, some bad things might occur. Maybe on that very point, the virus will come in and the lice will come in, you know, the water contaminants will come in because you failed to rinse the water. So this is an everyday process. If you are a fish breeder, you have to discipline yourself and you have to be very careful that there are things that are forsaken or taken for granted which will result into a big disaster, which will result into an irreparable damage. Like you have noticed that your air pump is already malfunctioning and you failed to change that, you know, like what happened in my previous experiences, that I already noticed that my submersible pump is malfunctioning, but I was just very complacent, and indeed it caused sudden death of hundreds of Japanese koi that I have in the pond. So human intervention is already a built-in thing for the fish keepers and fish breeders. So some of us are just very fascinated about carrying fish, and it will just become the spur of the moment, meaning that you are excited today, tomorrow, and then the next day you are not anymore excited. So these are not the attitude of a fish breeder. So this is my encouragement. We will do these things with focus and determination, and that human intervention is the key words, or are the key words for us to follow. So these fish are very helpless when the fish keeper is lazy, meaning that if we will allow these things to happen, if we will not change the water, we will just rely on, the people helping us. We really have to do this personally. So these are the tips that we can share with you. I hope you will continue to like and share our videos. We're expanding and expanding. Our farm is expanding, and our fish breeding would soon be in a massive scale. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you will continue to like and share our videos. And if you are not subscribed to this channel, may I humbly ask you, please subscribe and hit that notification bell, because we're uploading videos very regularly and every day now. Thanks, and I would like to see you in the next upload only here at Dexter's World.